Hi everybody, my name is Dr. Betty Dulam-Banawa. I'd like to welcome you all to my class this summer. Today, I'm going to give you a course tour to help you navigate this class. First, you access your class by logging in to your web advisor and select Calculus 1. Once you select your class, you will automatically be directed to the announcement page. Make sure to visit the announcement page on a regular basis, daily as much as possible. You will find all the important announcements on this page. And these announcements too are emailed to your my.tcc.edu email address. So to get started on the first day, I'd like you to click on Start Here. When you click on Start Here, you will find the course overview, the course tour. For this class, you can go back and view again the course tour for your reference later on. And you will also find here the link on how to set up Proctorio. We will use Proctorio service to proctor your exams in this course. And here is also the downloadable file that contains the rules and regulations in taking the test. I'd like you to go over, read this very carefully, especially before the test, to avoid getting a 0 on a test. Make sure to follow all the proctoring rules and guidelines to avoid being flagged as cheating. And this is also the link on how you would find test results and feedback in Blackboard. And also a link to the Math Resource Center. On your first day, I want you to click on this link. And when you click on this link, you will find a plus button here. That means you need to enroll at the Math Resource Center to be able to avail of their services. So you could find the plus button here already because I am already enrolled at the Math Resource Center. So once you're enrolled, you can just click on this link here to be directed to the Blackboard Collaborate Ultra page of the Math Resource Center and be connected to an available live tutor. Then after you've done that, I want you to visit this folder here, the course syllabus link. And when you click on this link, it would direct you to the ICR or the syllabus for this class. It is important that you go over this material and review the important information contained in this document. It contains the requirements for this class, the textbook, and how we will communicate, how your grades will be computed, and so on. Now, I'd like to go over some of the important aspects of the ICR or the syllabus. So first thing is my office hours. I am available from Monday through Thursdays from 10:30 a.m. to 12 noon for consultation. Now, if you need to consult outside of my office hours, feel free to email me and we will try to work it out. I will tell you later how you will find a link to my calendar so you can set an appointment with me if you need to. Next is the textbook. In this course, we will use Larson and Edwards Calculus 11th edition with Advanced Web Design. Take note that this course is a TCC Plus course, which means that your registration comes with the online version of this book and the access to Web Design. So you don't need to purchase an access code or you even use a trial period. As soon as the first day of class, you would automatically be given access to WebAssign. There is no need for you to enroll to WebAssign or no need for me to give you a class key. You would automatically access these materials inside Blackboard. I will show you later on where you can find the materials. Now, note for students with previous access purchases, so if you already have a multiple term access to Cengage, you can opt out of the TCC Plus program to avoid duplication of purchase. Make sure to opt out of the program before the census date, which is on June 7th. So if you do this, you will get a refund to the portion of your registration that is used to pay for access to WebAssign. Now, if you have a Cengage Unlimited or a multiple term access codes from your previous calculus class and you did not opt out from TCC Plus before the census date on June 7th, refunds will not be processed. So just make sure to opt out if you need to by June 7th. Class overview. This class is conducted asynchronously, meaning all lectures are pre-recorded. These lecture videos and other supplemental resources are uploaded in your course shell in Blackboard. You may then be able to view these materials at any time whenever it's convenient for you. It is highly recommended that you go over these materials regularly on a daily basis and pace yourself accordingly. Take note that this is a summer class and the lessons are all packed into 10 weeks. Instead of 16 weeks in a regular semester during summer, for summer 1 and summer 2, you only have 10 weeks to learn all the materials. So I strongly suggest that you really set aside a considerable amount of time every day to learn the materials. I'll show you later on where you can find the recommended pacing and the recommended units or sections that you will learn on a daily basis. Now let's look at the requirements for this course. First is the class attendance. Although this class is conducted asynchronously, the strict attendance policy for TCC is still being implemented. Your attendance will be based on your quizzes and homework. You will be marked present only if you submit your assignments on time. If you submit them late or if you don't submit them, you will be marked absent. Now, if a student missed a total of 15% of the class meetings and is not keeping up with the course assignments, he or she may be dropped from this course. When that occurs, I will notify you via email. Next is communications. You can send me email if you have any questions. Email sent within office hours will be answered immediately as much as possible. Otherwise, allow me to respond within 24 hours. Next is homework. You need to complete your homework by the due date. Take note your attendance is based on your homework. Also, extra credit will be given to those assignments submitted at least 24 hours in advance. You have unlimited attempts to your homework. You can rework your homework until you get 100% on them. Now, if you're unable to submit your homework by the due date, you can still submit your homework even after the due date, subject to a 10% penalty. You can only do this if you request automatic extension within 3 days after the due date. So the automatic extension can be requested within WebAssign. And after the window of time to make up has passed, no more extensions will be granted and missed homework will be graded 0. Quizzes. There are short quizzes given, and this will be a good practice for unit test, and this would also measure understanding of the previous lesson. I suggest that you practice on your homework, and once you're ready, you take the quiz because you only have 2 attempts for your quizzes. Now, if you missed a quiz, you can still submit this after due date, provided that you request automatic extension within 3 days after the due date, and this will still be subjected to a 10% penalty. Now, the automatic extension can be requested within WebAssign, and also after the window of time to make up has passed, no more extensions will be granted, and missed quiz will be graded 0. Long tests. All long tests will be online and proctored. Details on this one will come out before a test, and I'll give you another video tutorial on how you would access your test. Now, the long test, you would be given 24 hours to take a long test. If you miss the test for any reasons, you can request for automatic extension subject to a 10% daily penalty. This is applicable to all tests except for the last test and the finals, because there's no more time to make up after the last test and the finals. Now, any missed test will be graded 0. So if you have any emergencies and you missed a test, don't worry, because you can still use the final exam to replace a low test score. The final exam will be given on the last day of our class, and this is a comprehensive exam, meaning it covers everything that was discussed in class. For missed exams, quizzes, or homework, no makeup exam, quiz, or homework will be given after the grace period has passed. So make sure to request for automatic extension within 3 days after the due date to avoid 0 on any missed test or assignment. Exam proctoring disclosure. So all exams will be proctored and in Blackboard through Proctorio. So I want you to read this exam disclosure. Grading criteria. This is how your grade will be computed. 25% will come from the average of your homework. 15% will come from the average of your quizzes and practice tests. 60% will come from the average of long tests and finals. And take note, just finals can be used to replace a low test score. And I would also use this grading scheme to compute for your letter grade. So this grading scheme is already adjusted. That means if you fall below this minimum here, I will not make any consideration and round it up to this minimum here so that your grade will go up. Now here are important dates to take note. These dates are not found in the course calendar, but it's important that you take note. June 21st is the census date. This is the last day to opt out from the TCC Plus program if you have a multiple access code, or if you have a Cengage unlimited access, or if you want to drop from this class without leaving any record, this is the last day you can do it. Now on July 21st, that is the last day to drop from this course to get a grade of W. And the final exam is on August 5th. The long test schedule, the homework due dates, all can be found in the course calendar. You can review other class information here and how to access to the Math Resource Center and the class attendance policy, or the TCCD academic attendance policy here. So just go over and review this material at any time. So after the syllabus, you can go check the calendar. When you click on the calendar, you would find a downloadable PDF form of this calendar that you can click and download and save it to your computer, so you know when are the due dates of the different assignments. So these are the assigned dates. These are the dates, the pacing that I am recommending that you follow. So like on June 1st, I recommend that you learn this section. On June 2, I'll recommend that you do this and this. And on June 3rd, this is what you should do. So make sure that you pace yourself accordingly, or you follow this pacing here or suggested pacing and how you would learn these materials. Of course, you are given, like if you learn it on this day and you submit you do the homework immediately and submit it, you will get a 5% extra credit on your homework. That is actually 24 hours before the due date. So I suggest that you check your calendar from time to time for important dates. Next, this is where you're going to find your grades. All you need to do is just click on this link and it would automatically give you the grade of your homework and quizzes. Then on this lessons folder here, this is where you're going to find your lessons. You have to visit this folder every time to learn the materials. So for instance, we have here your lessons for section 1.2. Click on this folder and you will find instructions on how you would learn the material. The link for your electronic textbook is also provided here. Just click on it and it will take you to the ebook or the e-textbook. This is the video. You will find here the lecture video, the recorded lecture video, and then some examples. Next, I want to show you this link here. This is the link to CalcView, a resource from WebAssign. If you click on this link, it would take you to videos that would videos for the different exercises for this section. You can also look for exercises from other sections and chapters. So you just have to specify what chapter and what section, and find exercises for that section from here. So this is really a great resource. Then you can also find links to downloadable files for annotated examples and notes. You can click on it and then download the file and read through the notes. And these are also some supplemental videos from the publisher. And again, if you need help from the lesson, so by looking at these materials, you have questions that needed immediate response, you can click or connect to the Math Resource Center by clicking on this link, and it would take you directly to the Math Resource Center. And again, if it's your first time to visit the Math Resource Center, you have to enroll yourself by clicking on the plus button that would appear here if it's your first time or if you're not yet enrolled to the Math Resource Center. But if you're already enrolled to the Math Resource Center, you just have to click on this link and it would automatically take you to the Math Resource Center. And let me show you some other sections. So for instance, in some other sections, like section 1.3, you will have additional folder here for annotated examples and video solution. So here you can look at the transcript of the videos here. These are all links to different video examples that I made. Click on that PDF file. You will see what type of exercises were done, and you can look at the solutions here. And if you want to see the explanation, you can just go back and locate that number, and it would take you to a link for a video, and you just have to watch the video solution. In this folder here, this is where you are going to find your homework and quizzes. You have to always consult with your course calendar what are the different homework and quizzes you are supposed to do on that day and their due dates. And this is where you will find them. The homework or the quiz will appear in here as it is assigned to you. For easy reference, the link to the ebook is also provided here. This link here will take you to the entire course in WebAssign. This link here is where you will find the numbers or email for the technical support team at WebAssign. Suppose, for instance, you cannot, or these links are not working, you just have to call or contact the technical support for WebAssign and report that problem. If you have multiple access or Cengage and limited access, you can also access that through this link here. Now in this test folder here, this is where you are going to find all your long tests, and I'll give you more information about this later on. This is also the link to course evaluation, and you will do that towards the end of the course. This is where you're going to click if you need to email me. If you don't have my email address, just click on this link and compose your email to me if you need to email me. And then this link here is where you are going to click if you need to book an appointment with me for consultation. So if you can set up an appointment, you just need to look for a time and the time that works for you. And then suppose, for instance, you want to schedule an appointment on June 3rd at 10:30 a.m. Click on that one. Provide me with the information, your class number, and the reason for the meeting, because I am also teaching other classes, so it's important that you specify your class number and the reason so I can better assist you. Then you just have to hit save, and it would automatically generate an invite and a link to the consultation. Please be on the lookout for that email so that you will know where or what link for the meeting. And lastly, these links are also very important. Another link to the Math Resource Center, and this is the link to tech support team if you need to contact them for any technical difficulty. And again, that's it. So hopefully you will find everything you need. Feel free to email me if you have any questions or if you need any help.